Good morning, everyone. Sorry, Helen, that is my best rendition of Helen Wherry, a lovely Emir and skywatcher. Anyhow, woke up and so much to talk about that I'm just gonna do a rambling. But say hi to my Nelson, kitty cat Nelson. I found an abandoned cat when the Mandela effect found me, so of course, I had to name him Nelson. I've actually got a list of things to talk about, and they're totally scattered. But I want everyone to know you were seeing me at every state of being, including tears with, me not having a home and everything. But I want you to know that I'm okay. Everything is good. I have a warm bed to come home to. My kitty cat has a place. I have my kitty cat. There's just love all around. Yes, there's love all around, and and it's good. And all these things that my belongings that I'm having to let go. It's making me realize that the things we own can most of the time own us. And we strayed so far away from, I believe, our natural state of being that I think our society has us defined as we are what we have, and with physical things. But one of my favorite sayings is the most let me see, how does that go? Another one comes to mind right now. Of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most. But that's not the one I was going to talk about. The most important things in life are not things. Anyhow, so look, although I've released everything, I mean, is this kind of ridiculous to be dragging this stuff around? You know, I'm definitely releasing myself. Okay, that enough of that. 3 days or so ago, I was shocked at when I saw the sky because the moon returned to its vertical position. So in the past year, I've been through different timelines or whatever you want to call it, where the moon was no longer lit up, vertically, where it's lit up on the left side or the right side, or right side, and then more and more to encompass more of the moon. I had been through timelines where it was slowly slanting sideways, and the Cheshire Cat's grin was slowly becoming vertical. I mean, horizontal. So that part, and I think people were talking about maybe the moon was blown up. I don't keep up with all that stuff, but I do find it interesting. People are talking about the moon, something having happened to it when I happened to look up at the sky, and there's the vertical moon, and it was a half moon lit up on the right side. Okay, so that was one. So then I decided to go ahead and look up some stuff. So the Statue of Liberty, the tablet's different. I have a video out that, I explain most of my changes. I forgot to mention that my mother's boyfriend is one who has been up in the torch. And of course, the history. Well, I haven't checked it today, but I've been through a history where people were not, have not been up in the torch for 100 years because of the bombing by the Germans. What? Bombing by the Germans on U.S. soil was never a thing for me. We were only attacked on U.S. soil twice: Pearl Harbor, 9/11. Anyhow, those are other rabbit holes to go down. But I noticed that, let me see. So I looked up the thinker statue. The stump is getting shorter that he's sitting on, and I believe it's because, for me, his I don't want to show you my legs, but it used to be where the thigh and the calf were perpendicular. And then, this past year, the legs have slowly been, the feet have slowly been scooting up the stump. So the knees are kind of spread out more, and definitely at I can't do it. Ugh. Anyhow, now at this kind of angle, um, where it's not perpendicular, they're closer. Anyhow, look at the legs. I looked at the Rockefeller Center Atlas statue, and I've seen him through various phases where he's carrying the world on his shoulder, bent on one knee, and then he was slowly standing up. Blah blah blah. I've covered that this past year on all these various stages. Oh, those of you who are new to the Mandela effect and my channel, but specifically the multiple experiencings, understanding or awareness, is yet a great idea to film the before and after. The thing is, that doesn't work. um, any photo or videotape stays aligned with whatever history says. So the statues, the history of the statues will be as if it's always been that way, like the Rockefeller Center statue, Atlas statue, was slowly standing up and then even had the arms raised holding the globe up. And I thought the legs were finally going to come together. And then he started lunging again with eventually his left toes sticking off the platform, with the back toe reaching backwards. And now, the platform is down to his middle of his shin. So maybe he's going to kneel down again. I don't know. But so he's changed. So you will find what's called residue if there's some statues or drawings or people's mimicking, like, the thinker people will mimic the different variations that I've witnessed. And, you were, I forget your name, I'm sorry, but you were saying to film the Statue of Liberty and before and after, like Marilyn Monroe, all of her movies now, not just her photographs, but the movies will indicate the current version that history says she is. So I've seen multiple versions of her in the same movie. Here, talking about her mole, and I don't know which side because I never want to assume that the photograph hasn't been flipped. So I'll just do it here. I've experienced some bump, a fat one here, symmetrical ones, no moles, and I don't know where we are right now. I didn't check it. Okay. I was just addressing the new people. Lady Justice, the one carrying the scales, has been carrying a sword now, different lengths of the sword. And I get it, different statues can do different things, but she's supposedly always been carrying a sword, which was never the case for me. But what's new? Even the Statue of Liberty, her boobies are, yeah, I'm a child. Her boobies are, protruding. But anyhow, men's anatomy, go look at your man breasts, men, because you've got some. I talked about the neck, the beard now going all the way down. Anyhow, go look at every male's breasts. There's a heft to them. Okay, I told you this was a rambling. So the Lady Justice, who's carrying the scales and the sword, she is turning even sexier. I know some timelines, her gown, sometimes she's blindfolded. She was for me. Sometimes her toga dress, one part loops, falls down, so a breast is exposed. But now her leg she's kind of got her hip angled with her with one leg coming out forward. So she's also walking the way, I believe all statues are going to end up walking like Mount Rushmore. And um, but so Lady Justice is getting sexy. Let me see what else. I have no idea if this next one's a Mandela effect. But for me, putting eggs in a carton, the I was going to say the bottom, the fat side of the egg was always placed on the bottom, not the smaller tip part. If that were always the case, I would think the carton would be made differently, but current history explains away why the eggs are put down, what I say, upside down. So that's another thing. All right. I want to thank, different people, but I recently chatted with Doug from Be the Change and Deb from used to be the Butterfly Effect to an empath's empath. And both of you guys have made my journey, me seeing you guys go through stuff makes it easier for me to go through stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I started videos a year ago, because I wanted to help soften the fall when others woke up the way you guys did it for me. Like Doug, and when you talked about your family having a totally different history of your childhood, some of your childhood experiences, that didn't make sense to me at the time. But then this July, when I visited my estranged family, and my mom was calling my baby sister Misha, never heard that. So I asked her, I said, "Oh, when did you start calling her?" Name's Michelle. "When did you start calling her Misha?" And she's like, "Always." And so I asked my baby sister, I said, "Oh, so how long's mom been calling you Misha?" And she said, "Always. Everyone does. You're the only one who says Mish. It's a soft sound, Mish. And I'm the only one." Which explains I've been to, as an adult, I've been to Europe for a whole month with my mother per multiple people, yet I was never there. Supposedly, I hosted a couple people from Europe while I lived in North Carolina, was married, already had children. I never did. And this person, I love you, Babel. I know this sounds crazy, but when you were laughing it off like your mother thinks that you didn't come, that I didn't come to visit you, your mother thinks that you think that I didn't come to visit you in North Carolina. Yeah, I don't, that was not my experience. But there was another version of me that had that. So, anyhow, I'm all over the place. Okay, so Doug, thank you, because that helped me welcome the new people in the similar vessels that I used to know them as. And I love every version of everyone. My friend Greg Oliver said that to me when my name changed for multiple people here on YouTube. For me, it's always been Jen's Gems. So, whatever. um, so then, Deb, I watched your video. I watch every video, but the one about the body changes, not body changes, the fact that you are getting messages that we are not our vessel. And I just did a video called Not Human Beings, but You Man Beings, because you are a spiritual being in this human costume. And it turns out we've been dancing in various costumes that look like Jen on multiple stages with multiple props and whatever. But